She was kind of walking around and then she'd lay down and she'd get up. And I was like, oh, you're going to have your baby. This month, on the 8th, was the 10-year anniversary of my mother's passing. So the mother energy for me is very present. Also, yesterday, I was on a hike with my kids, and the public park that we were hiking on was adjacent to a private farm. And it was in Ohio. So it's these beautiful rolling hills, and there were these huge round hay bales, and there were like a small herd of mama cows with their babies. Not every cow had a baby, but I counted 4 babies, and they were small, but big enough to be, running after their moms. And it did my heart good to see these mamas and babies together, because in that industry, horrible things go on, and eventually they will for these animals, because that's the type of farm that it was. But the conditions to my eyes looked lovely. On my hike back out of the park, I heard what anyone else would understand to be a cow mooing, which would be a very natural thing to hear in a herd of cows. But something about her moo told me she's going to have a baby. I don't know anything about pregnant cows. I couldn't point a pregnant cow out to you if you set them all in a lineup. And I had no logical reason why her moo would communicate to me that she's in labor. I knew her moo. And so I looked through the fence at her, and she was like looking back at her flank, and she was kind of walking around, and then she'd lay down and she'd get up. And I was like, oh, you're going to have your baby. And yesterday happened to be the 18th birthday of my daughter. So I'm standing there and I'm watching this mama labor, and it's just natural, right? Like her friends with their babies are not worried about her. They're just going about grazing, and she knows what she's doing. She's very uncomfortable, but she's letting her body do what it needs to do. I would have stayed there for the whole birth if my kids were like, yeah, we want to see a cow be born, but they were not like that. So I couldn't, but I did see the beginnings of her process. And I stood there with my hands out, praying for her and over her, and telling her, you've got this. You can do this. If you need extra strength or love or energy, take it from me. I am, take whatever you need. I said, I too brought life 18 years ago today. I am with you, sister. It was such a beautiful, I had both extreme emotions. I was in the beauty of this natural life occurrence, and then I was in the deep sadness of knowing the plight of these animals. And so I was holding both, holding the tension of both. And she was connected to me. She was looking into my eyes, and we weren't close at the fence. I was like 20 feet, 30 feet from her. But she was watching me and listening. And I know she felt me, and I sure shooting felt her. And I haven't been able to get her out of my mind. And so it's just powerful, powerful, powerful mother energy. And we all mother, right? We don't have to have actually been a biological mother or given birth to mother. And of course, we all have a mother. So the mother energy is really, really, really powerful and present.